guys, we are here with our friend Mauricio. Mauricio is a cellist. Was that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Cellist.
Some people say celloist, but it's
Celloist.
just cellist.
She
I
texted
know-
me and said, "You're a cellorizer."
No, I did.
No, she didn't.
Cellorizer, imagine.
Celloist.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
I love that I knew that word.
I'm so happy that you knew that word.
Thank you. I respect.
I'm happy that you didn't say big violin.
Yeah, there you go. Which
The big
okay.
one.
The big one that's in front.
Yeah.
But it does look like a gigantic violin.
It does. Yeah, it does for sure.
Why the cello?
It's the most classic story of. I saw older brother do it, so I wanted to do it.
Oh, okay,
Cool.
okay.
I played the viola in 4th grade. Yeah, I remember my teacher had a nervous breakdown. Not like in class, but like she just didn't come back to school one day.
Dang,
And
that's sad.
yeah, it was funny because it was like 2 weeks probably. And it wasn't because any of the kids were bad. She was going through like personal shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But like she just didn't come back. And I asked one of the teachers, like, hey, what happened to, like, why don't we do orchestra anymore? Because same thing, I saw an older kid doing it, and I was like, oh, I want
Yeah.
to try that. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I have no idea if that woman's alive or dead.
Oh my god.
I was so my older brother inspired me to play, and then we moved from North Dallas to Plano.
North Dallas?
Yeah.
That's where we're from.
Wait, where in North Dallas?
It was like Richardson area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we moved to Plano, which was a huge change. This
Yeah.
was like 20 years ago. So it was really, really weird. I grew up with Hispanic, Black, Latino community, and went to just white and Asian.
That's
So,
crazy.
Huge culture shock.
How old were you when you moved?
I was 11.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty significant age.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess it wouldn't be middle school at the time, right? You would have been like in 6th grade.
Yeah, I was like going into
middle school, yeah.
going into middle school, and they asked me what I want to play, and I chose cello because my older brother played. And at first, it was just because older brother did it, and then I just fell in love with it. I heard Yo-Yo Ma on the radio, I think, and then my middle school orchestra teacher would also play Yo-Yo Ma. So that was like my first exposure to a professional cellist, and fell in love with that sound.
Oh my god.
I was like, I'm not gonna stop playing until I can replicate that sound.
So you were like 11 when you first started.
I was 11. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did you go to the Arts Magnet High School?
No, I went to Wilson Middle School.
No, what about the high school?
High school, Plano Senior High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's an arts magnet school that I had a couple friends go to. It's
Okay.
called fucking. It's not Town View. It's the.
Timberwolves.
No. What?
I don't know.
Fucking.
Starts with a T though, right?
No.
Plano
Booker
West
T.
is-
Booker T.
Booker T.
that
There's
one.
a T in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an arts magnet school. I have friends that went there for choir.
Choir.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's art.
that's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I joined the choir like in 8th grade. And then my teacher told me like, oh, there's this thing that you can do. It's like an arts magnet high school. And I was just like, that sounds lame.
Do you regret that?
100%. It was so much fun. And also, they didn't give a shit about the kids' grades.
Do you
No
still sing?
way.
Like,
And the shower.
in the show? Okay.
Yeah.
Karaoke, stuff like that. Yeah. But I did it like in 8th grade and then all through high school. She was in choir as well.
Yeah, like I was senior year, I decided for whatever reason to audition for varsity choir. I got in, but I was like,
Our teacher was mad that she waited until like senior year. But
Yeah.
she has a lovely voice.
I do.
How far apart are y'all? Did y'all go to school together? Like,
I'm 29 and she's 48. She's 31.
I don't like you.
I was going to say, you look fantastic for your age.
yeah, you look great.
So no, but then that also just means that I look horrible for 31.
No, you look great.
What year did you graduate?
2009.
Oh, you graduated a year before me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 33 now.
Damn, he took offense.
Why? How?
Because if I look bad at 31.
I just said you look fantastic for your age.
Oh. Yeah, no, we yeah, I liked the varsity choir. I didn't like that you had to like
Throw gang signs?
Yeah,
Stop.
like
that was a real one.
also they're right.
Yeah, sight reading.
Yeah, sight reading.
This one, I forgot everything.
Me too.
But I think if I just like if I watched like a YouTube video, I'd probably.
Oh,
pick
you're
it
talking
all
about
up.
solfege. Like,
Yes,
like
yes,
do,
yes.
re, mi, fa. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we would do is they would give us like sight reading papers, and then we would have to look at it, and we'd look at the measure and everything, and he would make us do sight reading. That's the reason.
I hated that with a passion.
Because he only did for a year.
Yeah, if I had like,
If you started like in middle school and then went
Yeah.
into it, then yeah, you would have
Would've been
you
fine.
yeah.
but you can read music, obviously. Do you compose your own?
Not on paper. When I went to college, I studied music. I did a lot of. You have to learn how to be a composer, basically. You take like foundational classes to learn how to write. It's called music theory.
Yeah.
And you take 2 years of music theory, and it's basically learning how to write music and understanding how to organize sounds on paper. So I wrote music, I guess, in college.
Yeah.
But never anything like intentional, like or creative. It was just always to like satisfy a class or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything that I compose is just like improv.
So you do that like on the fly then?
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah, I love to do that on the guitar and the cello.
Oh, you
So
play guitar?
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you, multi.
Instrumentalist.
Instrumentalist.
Oh,
Multicultural.
Got you.
instrumentalist. Well, which one would you say is easier?
The guitar is easier, for sure.
Because of that thing you gotta hold
The
it.
bow.
The cello takes so much more strength. But you have to be as relaxed as possible when playing the cello. But it does take more pressure. Like the guitar, the fret to fingerboard, that distance is very, very low. So it's really easy to press. And you know where to press because there's frets.
But not on this
On
one.
cello, it's fretless. So it requires a lot more, like, I guess, like, I don't know what the word is. You're constantly adjusting the pitch. Constantly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. And you just get used to it. So when you start playing the cello, you play with tapes, which are like frets on the guitar.
Oh, you put them
Takes
on
me
there.
like you. Okay.
And then once you memorize certain positions, then you can take the tapes off because it looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then from there, you kind of just go off. You start exploring the whole fingerboard on the cello.
Do you go all the way down?
You can, yeah.
That's the lowest.
Like on the fingerboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play all the way up there, but it's really hard to get like a pretty tone. The higher and higher you play on the fingerboard. Yeah.
Jesus. I would love. Never mind. I was gonna say I would love to try it, but I'm not even gonna attempt to touch it.
Yeah, those things are expensive.
Yeah, hell no.
Don't look at it.
That's yours. You bought it.
Yeah, I just got this one
Oh, nice.
Wow.
in September. Oh no, August. It was August.
So how many do you have? Like, do
2
you?
cellos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why didn't you change them?
Well, I still have my other one, but I got this one specifically for like outdoor gigs, and also it's less susceptible to damage from like heat and cold. Because a cello is made out of wood, or like a normal cello, and over time they wear from weather, from impacts, and this
The
is
wood warps and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it warps, and this is carbon fiber, so like you can like hit it pretty hard and it'll be all right.
Oh, whoa.
Does it produce the same tone?
It's different actually.
Yeah,
And-
right. I would
yeah.
assume the vibration would be completely different.
And that's what I was afraid of when I was gonna buy it, because I could have bought this online.
Yeah.
And this specific model they only sell in Florida at a fiddler shop. Shout out fiddler shop.
Shout out
And-
for the shop.
Yeah, and so I flew out there to go try it and also make a vacation out of it.
Yeah.
I went to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. It was really fun. But I went there. I played on it at their shop, and I was like, wow, this sounds really, really cool. It's different from a wooden cello, but I love the tone it's making. It's really pretty, and I fell in love with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so shout out Fiddler
It looks
Shop.
cool, sleek, and
It looks really badass.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you matted a
Yeah.
because you wouldn't think. I always saw them and it was like, oh, wood, but that looks like rocker. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
It's aesthetic. It's like
yeah. There you go.
It's different.
So why
weird.
did you need a different tone for outdoors?
Or was it just a thing of like you wanted something that was more durable? And,
More
like,
durable. I would say the durability is like 30% of the reason, and the rest it just looks cool.
It does look
Yeah.
cool.
It does look so cool. It looks like an instrument that you would find in like the Addams Family.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
so dark.
When the Wednesday show comes back with season 2, I want to jump back on that bandwagon.
Oh yeah,
Because I
that's cool,
totally
yeah.
missed it. Like they were doing that cello song, like.
Oh yeah, you. How? Why would you?
Yeah.
You just didn't want to do it.
I
or-
wanted to do it, but I think I was just busy at the time.
Would you put trenzas on?
Trenzas?
Like Wednesday? Oh my god, that would just
Dang.
push the
Just get
element. Yeah.
That'd be intense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, or like all black, obviously. I think that's like done. You gotta like step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Do the trenzas.
They're gonna come out with season 2, so I'm waiting for that trend to pick up again because it's
Yeah.
gonna come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they have to.
Yeah, they have to.
That's really pretty.
What was the first song that you learned? Like full song?
Oh, that's a good question. I remember it's from this Suzuki book. It's called Long, Long Ago. It's a really simple melody, but I remember.
Can you still play it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it memorized from when I was 11 years old.
That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, and it's a really pretty melody. It's like a very simple melody, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Like it's that easy to remember. But I remember it because I have a friend that I grew up playing cello with. He learned it before I did, and I was like, I really want to do that song. And we also took lessons from the same private teacher. So we had you had your normal orchestra class, and then my parents paid for private lessons as well,
Oh, okay.
just to like further my practice.
Yeah.
And your brother too. He did the private.
I don't think my brother did private lessons. So he started in Richardson, and I don't remember him doing private lessons.
Does he still play?
He doesn't. So when we moved to Plano, he was going into 9th grade to high school, and he quit. And that was another motivation of mine, was I want to continue what he started.
Yeah.
Because I was like low key upset that he quit.
Oh, you. Oh.
Yeah.
Would y'all when he was playing? Would y'all play together?
It never overlapped.
Oh really?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
see him.
okay.
I would see him practice at home, and I would like touch his cello, and I would like hear it, and I was fascinated by it. But we never were in orchestra at the same time. We never overlapped.
How much older is he than you?
3 years apart.
okay.
So when I started in middle school, he was going into 9th grade, and he quit. Like he's like, I don't want to continue orchestra.
What about your little brother? You have a little brother?
Yeah, little brother, and he was inspired by me, so he played cello all the way all through high school. Yeah, and
that's
he
cool.
loved it, but I never caught on. My sister played music too. She was in band. My younger sister, she's the baby of the 4 of us, and I mean she liked it. I could tell she was really good at music. I always told her
What did she play?
she played the clarinet,
Oh, okay.
and I would show her how to play cello. Like I would teach her little things here and there, and she was a natural. She would have been like an incredible cellist. I always tell her that.
Wow.
But anyways, everyone did a little bit of music, but it only stuck with me, it seems.
Yeah.
Like I just could not stop playing.
Were your parents like musicians, or did they?
They weren't. My parents love and appreciate music, but it was never like a thing of theirs. I don't know where I got it from. I have no idea. It's just like it was just
Ear?
I just heard it and I was like, I have to do that.
Sorry.
Anybody else in your family, like your grandparents or anything?
Nobody.
No?
My grandpa and my mom's family they're artists. Like they do graphic design, tattoo artists.
Oh, cool.
My grandpa.
What kind
was,
of tattoos?
What is it?
What kind of tattoos?
All kinds.
kinds.
I have my cousin in Guadalajara. She just started like her own like tattoo shop, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
And she does just everything like.
Yeah, because my favorite is like American traditional, like stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
They look like cartoons.
You look
Yeah.
like a cartoon.
I always debate whether I want a tattoo or not. I think eventually I will get one.
You don't have any?
I don't have any.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, bearskin.
Need more. You have music notes behind your ears.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You don't have anything back there.
It's like let's write about the next one.
It was the first one.
I never remember
It's your right one.
what's that I did. I got it. Yeah, I got it for a choir when I started singing. But yeah, like, so I know you from our mutual friend Alexander Chase, who just dropped an album not too long ago.
Yep, that's
and
right.
you were on that album.
Yeah.
Which is an awesome piece. I remember at the listening party, we were like, man, I can't wait for the
That was
songs
so
to come
cool.
off. Yeah.
That was really, really cool. That was a really cool experience because it was so random. He's like, "Hey, you want to come over and like track some cello?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Like nothing planned. It like we were talking about earlier. I had nothing written out, nothing composed. It was just listen to this, and then can you play on it? So it was like live improv, live composition, and played some stuff. He liked it, and then he's like, I didn't hear it until that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't hear it until that night.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I was so excited to hear
Yeah.
it. I had no idea what he did with.
Were you happy with how like it came out?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Like super mellow, really, really chill.
Yeah. And this is the first time you've ever been on like collabed on a song with
Second
someone?
time.
Second time.
So when I was 20, I think I was 20 years old or 21. I was on a Colombian artist's EP or first album. His name was or is Jairo Sarmiento. I don't know if he still does music. I see him post stuff every now and then, but he was like a Juanes type of style.
Wow.
And it was really cool. And we had a like album debut at the House of Blues.
Wow.
It was really, really dope. Played for like 500 people. It was I was 20 years old.
And you
I
were
was a
there.
kid.
You were.
Yeah, I was on
wow,
stage.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was so dope. And I was on his album, still on Spotify. And that was my first experience on an album, like a pop or mainstream, some whatever. And it was really dope. So it's been a long time since I've done that. Really,
Would you
really long
like
time.
to continue doing that? Like keep collabing?
Yeah,
Is that
definitely.
something that's like available when everyone contacts
For
you?
sure. I think that'd be really, really cool. Just to have like another stream of income, another source of creativity.
Yeah.
Like, that's just really cool, I think.
Yeah. Right. And right now you just do gigs.
Yeah, I just do gigs. I actually want to record I love mariachi.
Oh my god.
My family's all from Guadalajara, dad and mom's side.
Same
and-
pueblito.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow.
And I love mariachi. I feel like it's like in me.
Yeah.
And so when Vicente Fernandez died 2 years ago, I did my first mariachi cover. And I put it on YouTube, Instagram, and everything. And I got a lot of really nice feedback from that. I got a couple of gigs from that. And I was like,
whoa.
shoot, I can like make something out of this.
Mariachi?
Yeah. Mariachi on cello.
But the gig was mariachi.
Yeah. So I've done a lot of, not like necessarily mariachi, but a lot of Mexican families saying, hey, can you play mariachi for like my ceremony, my cocktail hour, whatever, during dinner time at the reception.
Wow.
And I just fell in love with it. So I want to do a mariachi single for the anniversary of Vicente's death, which
When is that?
December. I don't remember the date. It's just
Oh, that's
sometime
in
in December. Yeah.
Are you already working on it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I actually, what I want to do is I want to have like a guitar intro. It's gonna be acoustic. Like there's not gonna be mariachi. So it's gonna be just my guitar, and as like the background, and then cello. It's gonna be really like stripped, just acoustic mariachi.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be interesting, but I'm excited.
I can't wait to hear that.
Have
I
you started
love
working on it
acoustic
yet?
guitar.
Yeah, I've been working on the intro. I've got the intro down, and actually, do you want to
play it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I just did this. It's so funny.
Yeah, we can cut here and while you.
Okay. I have it right here. Should I play it into the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I love a good acoustic guitar.
Volver, guitar cello duo intro.
You record it on your phone? And this is just a guitar right now.
Just guitar. And then from there, it's the cello will begin. The guitar will keep going. The guitar will be going boom, ding, and then este amor apasionado, and then on the cello, yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear that,
That was really
dude.
pretty.
Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to have a song on Spotify.
Yeah.
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 That's amazing. I think like everyone wants to have something on a big platform, regardless of whether or not you're making money off of it. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that it's on there.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that somebody made like a good amount of money just putting one song on Spotify, and then they took like a phone and just looped it like continuously on their phone. Like, and they made money off of it. Like they started getting checks from Spotify just because it was playing so much.
Yeah. So I have one song on Spotify, but it was for a wedding.
Oh,
So there's somebody off of TikTok like, hey, can you record a song for us for my bridal march? And I was like, yeah. And originally I was gonna just record the MP3 file and just send him the file. But then I thought, no, I don't want like a recording of mine just floating out there, like a file.
yeah.
So I looked into Spotify and how to get a song on there. And I went through this distributor called DistroKid, and it's like a service for artists. Instead of getting signed at a label, like what you used to have to do,
Yeah.
you can just do it yourself. And
Yeah,
it's like,
that's what
yeah.
DJ has too.
And so I did that, signed up for DistroKid, and recorded my song. It's just cello. Like there's no backtrack, nothing. It's just cello, and I've made $3 off of that since June.
Nice.
Wow.
So like I'm like, that's crazy. Like $3
Seriously.
from June. Like
I think they're like starting to change the Spotify stuff. I think they just said they're gonna change it again.
I have no idea, but they apparently pay their artists anything
Yeah. I think that's gonna be like they have to have a minimum of 10 consistent listeners in a month.
to get paid.
You have to hit a threshold, I guess. Now.
yeah, that song only got like 700 plays, and I think I have, I don't know. Last time I checked, it was like 50 something listeners.
Monthly?
Yeah, just that one song.
Oh, then I think you would be fine.
So I think that'd be so cool to have something that I actually want on there.
yeah.
Yeah.
This Volver, which is really, really unusual to hear on the cello. You know, like the melody. I've YouTubed it. I've never seen anyone play like mariachi on the cello.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. So
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Was I gonna ask you? You're also a teacher,
yeah.
so you have a 9 to 5. Are you a like a music teacher?
I get that question all the time. I actually was a music teacher my first year of teaching. I taught orchestra because I thought, let me combine the two. I've always loved education. I love, inspiring the future and music. So I figured the natural choice would be to be both, be a teacher and a musician. But I did not like teaching music. Hated it.
Why?
Yeah. Which, it sounds sad.
How old are the kids?
They were middle schoolers. They're 6th through 8th grade. Yeah.
There's your answer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was very difficult. Very difficult. And also it kind of killed it for me. I didn't play cello that whole year. For the first time, like, since I started learning. I didn't play cello for an entire year. And that depressed the,
Yeah. But like, was it because you were just listening to it all day, every day, or?
Yeah, it was exhausting. I was like giving my students a lot of my like musical energy and my creativity. That when I got home, I didn't want to touch my cello. I didn't even want to listen to music.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want anything to do with music, which is
Damn.
really sad.
Yeah.
Because it's like my life. I love music.
With the kids, like, did you feel that they were actually wanting to be there, or you think it was just like a class that they had to take?
Both.
I guess it was different for a lot.
Yeah. I think as a teacher, they loved me because I'm fun. I like to have fun with my students. I think they can relate to a younger looking teacher at the time. But the music, they didn't share that passion with me. That was also frustrating. And
They didn't
like,
take it seriously.
yeah, and I knew that going into it, like not everyone's gonna have that passion, but it's still like sucks the life out of you a little bit. Yeah.
Dang. So you're still a teacher, but you don't teach music.
So I still love education, and I went into teaching math, which is something I've always been good at, and I love it because it gives me a time away from music, and it's a really fun day job.
You like being a teacher.
And I like being a teacher, and I think I'm really good at it. So
Still middle school kids?
it's sixth grade. So
Yeah.
I teach in Arlington, and it's elementary there. I think most other school districts it's middle school, but where I'm at, it's elementary. Yeah.
Here in Dallas, my class was the first one where they transitioned the sixth graders into middle school.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah. There's a lot of pros and cons because a lot of them are very grown in sixth grade, and then some of them are babies still.
Yeah.
I was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
He
was very
still
tiny.
looked like a baby. Yeah, he was little.
Tiny. It wasn't until like seventh grade where I was like, oh, okay, he looks like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Like, why do they move?
I have no idea.
Why do they decide to move that? I don't get it.
I always thought it was weird because like in sixth grade, I was 12 years old and there was eighth graders that were like 14 and some of the slower ones that were 15, you know?
Yeah, like imagine putting a 12-year-old with a 15-year-old for gym or,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's only like 3 years, but those 3 years I've always felt like are like a very, like there's a lot that happens in those 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dramatic development.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And everybody's going through puberty, and then some kids don't even go through puberty until like they're in eighth grade, like they're
Yeah.
slower.
I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Hard late bloomer. Like my freshman year of college, everyone thought I was like lost. Like I was like a 15-year-old lost in college. I'm like,
What? That's crazy.
I was a late bloomer.
I was a late bloomer too. I got my period when I was 13. All my friends were getting them when they were like 10, 11.
Really?
That's norm now.
Yeah.
And they say it's because of the hormones and the additives and
yeah,
all the
and the
food.
chicken and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puberty now is starting at 9.
Oh yeah, that's normal now.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah. Isn't
And
that crazy?
my students have to ask me. They'll give me like a secret word that we come up with, because like I don't want them to miss class. Like, can I use the restroom? Like hold it. But the girls, will have like a word they'll give me, and like, okay, yeah, you need to go. And they're 11 years old.
Yeah,
so.
that's crazy. Like, I remember me at 11 and I remember me at 13. Like, you're right,
That
it's
shift.
such a big difference.
Yeah.
Would you like go off to teach high school ever?
I think if education was like my only thing, yes, because I have worked with high school students before, and it's so much fun helping them with their college essays, helping them transition.
I love essays.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like seeing them transition into adulthood, so fun.
Yeah.
But it requires so much attention,
Yeah.
and right now, my attention is divided. Like my music is like it's starting to overlap with my day job.
Oh, wow.
But I think I have a really good balance right now. And sixth grade, even though any teaching position is strenuous, it's tough. I have a really good balance right now,
That's good.
and I wouldn't want to change
Good.
that right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember my sixth grade math teacher,
yeah.
and
Okay.
we tormented him. It was so bad. Sorry, Mr. Nesbach.
I remember my 8th grade math teacher and we hated him, and I'm not sorry, Mr. Donnelly, you freaking racist.
Do y'all have
Just kidding.
teachers that like left a positive impact that you'll never forget them?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like
yes.
I feel like everyone has that, right?
Yeah.
My freshman English teacher was cool.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh no, my whatchamacallit. Most of my English teachers actually. I hated English like when I was a kid, but then as I got older and I learned how to read, like it got better. I always say
Learn how to
that.
read.
Yeah, because I have dyslexia.
Okay, oh my bad.
Yeah, nah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like it's like a diet learning disability because it's not that hard.
No, yeah, for sure. I have a lot of students that are dyslexic.
Well.
It's interesting. Yeah.
I have like a really mild form of it. I feel like.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. I can read like a motherfucker. I also don't think it was dyslexia. I just think I didn't get taught how to read correctly until like sixth
Yeah,
grade.
phonetics.
Yeah.
Did they have dyslexia
Phonics?
teachers when you were like in middle school or elementary?
Middle school, yes, because like after the first semester of sixth grade, they kind of were like, "This kid's fucking stupid." So they told my parents, I think probably when I was younger, but older
Yeah.
Hispanics, they were kind of just like, we'll figure it out.
For
So
sure.
I think they told them when I was like in first or second grade, and then my dad was just like, "No, we're not doing this." And then
Yeah.
in sixth grade is when I came back from Christmas break, they were like, "Hey, you have to take this class now," and they put me in a separate class where I essentially had to learn how to read. And I was just like, I already know how to read. but it was more in depth. It was almost as if like I just didn't get enough one-on-one attention to be able to like understand exactly why these certain letters mix together to make the sound.
I see. Yeah, interesting.
For me,
at the time, I hated it.
Yeah, he did. You would cry.
Yeah,
Like that was me, but with math. I hated math.
I was alright with math.
I hated it. But like there was a split. There were some teachers that like just wouldn't deal with me, just because I've always been very just
Loud.
Were you like really talkative?
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't sit me next to somebody and I wouldn't talk to them. I would make friends with everybody.
Yeah.
But like also jumping off the walls. Not that I was like ADHD, but I always was like wanting to be active and do stuff.
Yeah.
But like very talkative. So somewhere like she's making the grades. We're gonna do the bare minimum because she's like ridiculous. But
see, that was the thing is you were like the only thing I remember the teachers complaining about you was like she's doing fine in class, like she's getting decent grades, she just won't shut up.
Yeah,
I was the quiet kid.
Yeah, I was quiet too.
See, I would have been able to. I would have been able to make you my best friend because the
Okay.
more quiet the people are, the more I want to engage with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's funny. Jasenia is like that. My fiance.
And so that was my biggest problem. But like I said, some teachers were just like, she's fine. But there were other teachers, I guess, that like love that. Yeah. And so especially my English teachers, they wanted to get that on paper. So like if I had finished something or whatever, or we were working on like our essays, they would be like giving me ideas and they were like, write it on paper. And that really helped me a lot, like with like putting my ideas into action, you know what I mean? Because it's like plan it out, write everything. And when I did my text test, I was one of the only ones that got a 4 on my what is it, the essay portion?
The writing.
The writing portion. And I remember that once we were done, I don't know if they got the essays back because I never read it again, but we had like recognition for it. And man, I wish I could see that paper to like remember like what did I write to get the highest like thing. But I loved English. I love reading. Reading was like my escape. I loved reading.
I was horrible at reading.
Were you?
I'm a first generation. So my parents are both immigrants, and I was learning English growing up. So I sucked at reading.
Were you in ESL?
I was.
Yeah. Oh, really?
4th and 5th grade, I was in ESL.
Really? Oh, wow.
Because I failed. Do you guys remember the TOS test?
Yeah, is that what it?
That's what it was.
Yes, TAAS, right?
Yeah,
I think it
right.
changed whenever I was. You probably took it like once or twice, like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to text.
So I failed it like miserably, and I remember my parents telling me they're gonna hold me back or something. But I destroyed the math test, like perfect score basically.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you just can't read. So in 4th and 5th grade, I was in ESL, and they would read books to me. We would practice together, but I didn't like it just because I wasn't good at it. I didn't like it, and it wasn't until high school when in high school in those English classes you have to read a book for like projects and stuff. I read Ender's Game. I read that like cover to cover over and over again. I loved that story. That book is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's when I started falling in love with reading. Now I love to read.
I love to read.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In middle school, I think the books that did that for me were there was this like series called Tears of a Tiger, where it was basically about like it was like a group of students where one of their friends had passed away, and each book was from a different perspective of the kids. It was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can get into anything though. Like
honestly, you would love that series.
Oh my god, I probably would.
It's like a teenage thing.
You know what really helped with my reading also? It's coming back to me now. My parents would drop me off at the mall, like in middle school, and I would just sit in the manga section, and I would read manga. Like,
You know, I heard
nonstop.
comic books have more words in them than like actual books.
It's a lot, and you have to like. There's a lot of coordination because you have to go specific boxes, and if they're Japanese like mangas, well,
you got to read backwards.
Yeah.
Well, not backwards.
It's really
but
good for kids. I heard comic books.
It's weird.
That's how my fiance's dad learned how to read, essentially, or like relearned how to read when he was older. because this woman that he was working for, he told me the story all the time. Like this woman that he was working for, basically started giving him like comic books and was like, "Here, read this. Like these are the stories, and like this is learn how to read structure and carry an arc and stuff like that."
Yeah, it's really popular now. And like I was when I was a kid and I was in middle school, I was like the only one in the section, which was great because like nobody would hog any of the books. I was just there by myself. But now
you just read all through Naruto.
Yeah, like all through everything. Dragon Ball Z, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Ranma, one half.
You're very big on anime.
Yeah, old school anime.
Nothing now.
The one that like got me sucked in recently on modern anime is Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. Love it. I even bought the manga. Like took me back to being a kid.
No, that's cool.
Bought the manga and like read it.
I like My Hero Academia.
That's the only manga I've ever read is My Hero.
That's the only anime
That's a popular
I've
one.
ever,
Oh yeah.
My kids love it.
I have an anime corner in my math classroom for my students.
Oh, and you have all their and they rent out the books and stuff, or you just let
No,
them?
I haven't put any manga there yet, but my plan is to I want to like build a little bookshelf. I already have the seats and like a lamp and like a bunch of posters. It's like literally an anime corner.
That's so cool.
And,
Yeah, because kids love anime now.
Oh my gosh! Like I wish I was a kid today.
No.
'Cause I'd be not that I want to be the cool popular kid, but I'd be like a cool kid.
Yeah. But like even the cool kids are like, even if you're not like that, now is something that kids have in common.
Yeah.
With each other.
Because everybody watches it.
Because everyone watches it.
Yeah, you were a weirdo back then.
Yeah.
Like, if you were,
I thought the mango kids, mango. That's what I called them, the mango kids. Were weird.
Yeah, no,
they were like sitting out here with these like metal like plates, the metal plates on
Naruto.
their head and stuff, and I was like, do you, boo? You're rocking it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't get into it until I started dating my girlfriend because she was super into Naruto.
Yeah.
And then I had like a little phase of it and I just got out of it.
Yeah, I watched My Hero because of my kids. Like, they love it. So we're like, whenever the new seasons would come out and they would dub them. And because I refuse. I'm so sorry. I refuse to sit there and like try and read.
They love reading. I prefer it like that just because the English voices sound lame to me.
They do sound lame.
The Japanese voices
they do
sound so
lame.
cool.
I love the Japanese voices.
Yeah.
But
the villains just sound so much evil. Like,
they do, yeah. But it's so distracting when I'm trying to read one language and I hear another, like.
But it's, I don't know. I think it's so cool to me. Japanese is such a beautiful language.
Yeah, I'm a sub person. For sure.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the dub.
I remember this one time when I first started watching the anime. My friend was like trying to get me to watch it for years because he's like a super nerd, and he tells me like, "Are you watching the dubbed or subbed?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just watching it in Japanese." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "The first season I watched like Japanese with the subtitles on, and then now I know Japanese now."
Shut the fuck
up. There's a lot of words that like I hear it and like, oh, I know what that means.
Yeah,
like,
nani, like a classic.
Yeah, like dad, son, arigato, like
arigato. No, that's not an accent.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah. It was not an accent.
The ones that I can still watch, like I can't watch anything that's been going on for like ever. Like One Piece, can't get into it.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard. I started like the first 10 episodes of the anime, and I got busy and I never got back to it.
Yeah,
it didn't stick.
I heard that a lot about that one.
They're so over 1,000 episodes in.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah. It's so much. And then to go back to what I was saying about like the Japanese voices just sounding cooler. One of my friends is watching it, just like has it on TV constantly. Just it's going in English, so he's just like, yeah, I'm picking it up. Like I'm watching it, like speed reading, basically.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I can't do that. The voice, like, it just sounds lame.
That's why our attention spans are like fucked.
Nothing.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that with kids?
Oh my gosh, that's the hardest part for sure.
Yeah.
Because
I'm on teacher TikTok, and they say that that is one of the hardest things.
It's so
but they
hard.
are contributing to the problem.
It's you have to set very, very strict procedures and routines. Like when you walk into the classroom. Yeah. First of all, their phones are put away from like when they enter into the building. Their phones have to be off. And then with my specific class, I have like next to my desk, I have like little slips where they slip their phone in.
And what if they're like, I forgot it?
Oh, they have to.
Do you do like a metal detector?
If they say, "Oh, I left it at home," I'll take their word for it.
Yeah,
But I tell them if that goes off in your locker or in your pocket, I'm turning it into the office, and their parents have to pay money to get it out of the office.
As they should.
And that's like a school district policy.
As they should.
So
I hate the kids that are like, I'm gonna call my mom, and then the mom's like, you better give her her bitch.
Yeah.
Like, first of all,
How much money? How much do they have to pay?
It's not much, $15, but that's annoying.
All right,
it's annoying to have to come to the school
$15
and like,
to just get my phone back.
Cash to get it cash.
Yeah, no, I was saying because like I would pay the $15, but then I just wouldn't give the phone back to the kid.
Oh yeah,
You know, or to my kid.
Yeah,
Just be like, no, you got caught. You lied about not having it on you. You got caught texting somebody you weren't supposed to be texting, who probably also shouldn't have their phone on them.
Yeah, and my kids are 10 and 11, so I tell them if there's an emergency out in the real world, or your parents had an emergency, they're not calling you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna save anybody. You're 11 years old.
Yeah.
I will say though, I got caught in middle school. I was on my phone. We were taking like a test in math class. I apologize. And you know those desks that have like the little cubbies?
Yeah.
I was like had my head down and I was texting. And then my teacher goes, what was her name? Miss McLaughlin, I think, or Miss McLean.
How dare you put her out there?
She was really sweet. But I was texting. We were supposed to be doing the test, and then she goes, Ricky, bring me your phone. And then I just go.
Just shut down completely.
And then she goes, Ricky, bring me your phone. I know you're not sleeping. And I go, what? Miss, you startled me. I'm sorry. Let me get back to my test. I was just sleeping. And she goes, haha, very funny. Bring me your phone. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I took it to her. And then it went off, and I was just like doing my test or whatever. 5 minutes later, she goes, "Hey Ricky, Lexi said she's taking a test and she'll text you afterwards. It's nice to see you're talking to somebody responsible." And I was like, "Did you go through my fucking phone? What the hell is this shit?"
Well, back then it wouldn't lock.
I've answered one of my students' phones. Like they forgot to turn it off while it was in the little slip behind my desk. It just went in the middle of my lesson too. So when I walked over there and I answered it, it was a spam call. But I wish it was somebody like real.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what would you say?
I would say, why are you calling like little Johnny in the middle of class right now? Like, so I would have said something like that.
So I just gave my son his phone because he's now in middle school this year. It's his first year in middle school. He's in 6th grade. And we always said, like, okay, you'll get your first phone when you get to middle school, you know?
He does not like texting during class.
No. Oh, my. He's so rude. He's also autistic, so he doesn't know where the gauge is yet. Yeah. But, we're texting, right? Because we have a family thing. And then, we'll be texting or whatever. He'll be telling us what to eat for breakfast. And then I don't know where he goes, I'm about to go to class. Don't text me. Like, I have to go now. Stop texting me. Like, he'll just, out of the blue.
I tell my students that before they turn their phones in and I put them in the slip, I was like, okay, send your good morning text to your parents. Tell them have a great day. Tell them you love them. And then put it away. And they're like, oh, we can do that?
That's
I'm like, why not? You know,
such a good a compromise.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you're working with them.
It's also just letting them know, like, oh, I'm in class. You know, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
I'm powering off my phone. Like,
mine is so mean. Axel is mean about it.
He's 11, so like he'll text
he's
me
12.
12. Sorry. So he's texted me like randomly throughout the day, and then I remember one time I had to go pick him up. You remember? Did I even tell you what happened?
No, you didn't tell me, but
I wish I had my phone on me. I had to pick up her other two sons in the elementary school, and then his middle school is down the street. So I texted him. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be on this side of the building. Text me when you're or give me a call when you're coming out." I sent it, and then he gets out of class. He's like, "Dear Ricky, do not text me if I'm not texting you. Like, I am in class. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble."
I love that. I love how serious he takes it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Like, dude, break the rules a little bit. Come on, buddy.
That's a teacher's perspective, yeah.
But because it was the first day when we gave it to him, I was so happy because I was like, finally I get to text him. You know, we've never had a texting relationship before.
Yeah.
And so I posted it on my story or whatever, where I was like, because I have another Instagram for like family and friends. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't give my kid a phone sooner. We're going to be texting all day. And then for him to be like, if you text me one more time, I'm gonna throw this phone in the toilet. I was like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for Lenny and Jackson to have phones.
I know, me too. Jackson's gonna be bothering me all day. So
Yeah.
Lenny is my second, and Jackson is my third, and they're more like follow the rule. My oldest follows the rules, but he's very mean.
Mm-hmm.
My other two are very sweet, and they follow the rules. So I don't even think I'll get a good morning from them, even if their teacher tells them to. But yeah,
No, I just can't wait for that group text. It's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be scary.
That group chat.
But I think going back to what you said earlier, I think the trick is really, really strict routines.
Yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely.
Send the text. You know it's gonna be powered off the rest of the day. Understanding that that's just the norm in my classroom, and then it's difficult for them. Like they're twitching, but but over time they learn that discipline. Because I see them 8 hours a day every single day for 8 months. I see them more than their parents.
Yeah.
So
Wait, so do they rotate? They rotate like between classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
in sixth grade for my classes they rotate 3 times. So I have 3 math classes. Yeah.
Wait, what?
So I know it's kind of weird.
Like
So-
if I was a student in your class, what would my day be like?
Okay, so let's say you had me for the first block. It's 3 blocks. You'd have math your first block, then you'd have reading your second block, and then you'd have science and social studies your third block. So it's kind of like middle school, but you're still in an elementary school.
So it's 3 teachers in one classroom.
Not in one classroom, but like in one grade level. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's changed.
I don't even remember how we used to do it.
In middle school?
Well,
It
It's not middle school.
Yeah, so like
Yeah. 6th grade. Oh no, you're elementary school.
yeah.
Right,
So
right,
this
right.
is probably what we're used to. Like when I was in 5th grade, I had one teacher for all subjects. And we'd split the day up into those different subjects. But now a lot of schools are compartment. I can't say it.
Compartmentalized.
Yes, compartmentalized. Yeah, and so they'll do like math for one teacher, science for another teacher, social studies for another teacher. So it's kind of like middle school.
I like that better though, because it gives like a break from being with
Yeah.
one person all day.
So they're in one classroom all day, or they move to
change
different
classrooms.
They change classrooms. Yeah.
Okay, so that was like elementary school because I remember having like basically the same thing, like reading and writing.
Okay.
At the beginning of the day, and then we go to our math class, then we go to our social studies and science.
I guess they just
Yeah.
don't call them like periods.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because in junior high, when they go to 7th grade, they'll have like 8 classes.
Yeah.
And there won't be blocks anymore.
I was very worried about that going into middle school.
That you would have 8 classes.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's so much. I thought it was going to be 8 the same amount of time that I was in my other classes, which was like an hour and a
Oh
half
my
each
God.
class.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's right.
oh my God, I'm not going to get home until 9. I was very worried to go into middle school. I remember one of my biggest fears was like they didn't have a playground.
Oh my Lord.
But they told me
feel
like
that,
I
yeah.
thought I had another year to prepare for this. So they told us like in 5th grade, like no, next year you're going to Mars. And I was like, oh God, I thought I had a whole nother year.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah. It was especially crazy because it was since we were the first year, they had nothing ready. Essentially, the entire first day, all of everybody in 6th grade that didn't actually have their schedule prepared was just in the auditorium.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
To just have be so reckless with 500 children, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
What do you say about because like I said, I'm on Teacher Talk, and a lot of them, you're not a part of the community,
No, I'm not on
so relax.
Haven't been around the school in quite some time since I picked up the boys.
They say that the reading levels of kids
Yeah.
Bad?
I think it's a
dismal,
yeah, I think it's a mix.
abysmal.
I think it's a mix because
Oh really?
everything is geared more towards reading now. Even math. For math, you get these huge chunks of word problems, like paragraphs.
Word problems used to fuck me
Yeah.
up.
Because when I was growing up, it was like every now and then it'd be a word problem. But now every single problem is a word problem. And if your reading comprehension is crap, you're not going to solve the math problem, no matter how good you are at math.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot with my students. Reading comprehension is difficult because kids don't sit down and read anymore. They're scrolling through their phones.
Yeah, they're just looking at videos.
Yeah, videos. They're just listening. They're not really comprehending, analyzing text.
Some people would say that listening to an audiobook is the same as reading it, but I don't think that's...
I think for absorbing information, yes. But when you have to sit down and take a test and like read, there's no attention span, no patience, no discipline in that skill. So
do you see that your kids get like really anxious and when they have to like sit there and...
Yeah, definitely.
How would you fix that? Like...
building confidence.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Do you think it would get to the point where we have to take devices away from kids?
I think eventually at a certain point we're going to be like, I can't believe we were letting children on the internet. It's going to be like
not
smoking.
even the internet, just like watching more than like an hour or two a day.
Yeah. If I have kids, I
TV.
definitely wouldn't want them to be like on. Because I feel like TV is different because it was like a show, you know? It was like a structured program. There's no structure to what they're watching now. If they're on TikTok, it's just constantly, it's all different, and they're just it's kind of designed essentially like a slot machine, where like you're just kind of keep digging and digging and digging until you find that one thing that either makes you laugh or makes you think or makes you feel
for
a
like
certain
30
way.
seconds.
Yeah,
and then you're back.
And then you're right back to it. Like I was laying down yesterday before we were leaving. Like Jasenia was talking to her mom on the phone, and I was just scrolling, just not looking at anything. And then the video made me laugh, and I sent it to her, and I was like, I just did this for 20 minutes, like wasting
I
time.
could waste.
Time flies too.
Oh God, I could waste 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just sitting on my phone through TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm
get
at
a
the
flip phone.
point with like getting all the information with teacher talk and like just seeing it with my own kids. Like I'm at the point of like just completely removing devices in our home.
I'm really lucky to be at a really good school. So I'm at a STEM academy, and it's like a choice school. So there's like a normal school that you would go to based off your zip code or your residence, and then you can apply. Everyone gets in, but you apply to get to the school. And
so it's not a magnet; it's just it's like a STEM academy.
It's like a STEM academy, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what it is.
So if your parents are like, "Oh, we want you to study like science, technology, engineering, mathematics, anything like that," so we're gonna apply for the school.
Exactly, and then so
does it go by district or?
No, it's choice, right?
Well, yeah. For Arlington, it's the only STEM academy, elementary STEM academy. There's junior high and high school academies for STEM, but it's the only elementary STEM academy in the whole district, which is really cool.
I want to say her older sister, my girlfriend, her older sister has kids. I want to say they were also at an elementary STEM. Because I remember her coming, her niece, we used to live with them, and her niece would come home and be like, yeah, I went in engineering class today. And I was like, what?
It's really awesome. So they build a lot of things. Like they rotate, kind of like specials or like their special courses or whatever. They rotate into a STEM rotation once a week where they build things. Or
her little brother was doing like robotics.
Yeah, robotics,
cool.
Complete the circuit, things like that. It's really cool.
But does that help with reading? I'm very like...
You don't need to read. AI is going to take reading away. We'll be fine.
That's what the government wants, is a dumb middle class.
Hell yeah. It's going to be like Wall-E.
Oh, for sure, yeah. We're fighting that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's just...
But I don't have any children, so...
I'll get another concha.
Yeah, go for it.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's what's like... I hope we get to the point where like iPads and like phones for children is illegal.
Oh, it's only going to get worse. It's going to be mandated for babies. This is the end. We're on the downturn.
I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't.
Yeah. Because I would love to see that, honestly. If it could just be like child abuse, if you let your kid just stare at a screen for like 8 hours a day.
Maybe it'll someday in the future. I think distant future. It'll be like drugs. Like you can't smoke, you can't drink till you're 18 or 21. You can't have
unrestricted access to the internet until you're 18.
Yeah, something like that, or 16. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, there's already these restrictions, but they're on there anyways. Like you can't be on TikTok unless you're 13. But there's 8-year-olds on TikTok.
Yeah.
They don't put their name or anything, but
That was the same thing with MySpace. You couldn't get it until you were like 12 or something.
Yeah.
There was like a restriction for MySpace.
No, because I was on MySpace
Yeah, 'cause you
pretty
said you were
early
13.
on.
I'm almost positive because I remember thinking like, oh, I'm doing something bad. It was like the first thing where I was like, I'm lying on the
I love
internet.
MySpace.
It was fun.
That
was fun.
love MySpace.
It was so
The
creative.
notifications that you would get was like such a
don't even remember
adrenaline
it.
boost. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I see what
like
you're
getting
saying.
messages and comments
yeah,
and stuff.
dude.
Yeah.
And then creating your page.
Maybe like butterflies in your stomach. Like, oh, I got a
Yeah.
message. Yeah.
But I loved editing my profile.
Yeah.
I loved like doing the coding.
My friends would do that for me.
Would they?
I never like bothered to learn
I
learn
loved it.
It was just like a website that you would go to and like highlight.
Yeah, it was
whatever
really
you want.
copy and
Yeah, yeah.
paste. But the kids that were smart were making money off of that shit. Talking about it takes so much to code these profiles. Like, give me $20.
Yeah.
But really, they were just like copying and pasting.
Damn, I wish I would have known that.
Oh, I hated the profiles that were like really glitchy and not.
Oh, because I would get it from a shitty website.
What
Yeah.
was the last song you remember? Your profile song.
The Shins. I forgot the
Really?
name of the song, but it was the Shins.
That's surprising. I think it was like a pop rock cover to Lil Wayne's Lollipop.
That's so obvious.
Is it?
Yes.
Mine was Michael Bublé.
Which one?
Everything.
Everything.
It was like
Okay.
his like first album, 2008, I think.
Wow,
Which
Michael
one's
Bublé,
Everything?
take me back. Everyone was in love with him
Yeah.
Michael
back in the
Bublé.
day.
Michael
Bublé.
Bublé.
Bublé. Is it Canadian?
I don't know. Canadian.
I think Canadian. Bublé is a Canadian name. Sounds Canadian.
Did he play an instrument?
Bublé? No, he just
I don't
sang.
think so.
No. Just singing.
He probably played piano a little bit.
I think piano, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever like do a what's it called? Group?
It would have to be. It'd have to be like the perfect setting, like really good chemistry. I'd have to really be passionate for it. Like we want the same thing, same goal.
Yeah.
I think it's really rare and hard to find that. I would. I just have to
You
be
were
the
open
perfect.
to it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open to it. It'd have to be the perfect setting.
No.
Dang.
But I was telling Ricky earlier that I love being solo because I don't have to plan things like, hey, are you free this day, or
Yeah.
split earnings with anyone. Like it's much easier.
That's why I do stand up.
Do you prefer that's true because you and I coordinating you hate it.
I hate it. I don't like relying on people potentially not doing what they were supposed to do. It sucks.
Which you're the one I'm not even gonna go
I
there.
also don't like being responsible for doing things I'm supposed to do. I don't like being held accountable.
What? Tell me more about your gigs. Like, what? How do you get booked? I know you said like they got you off of TikTok and
Yeah.
YouTube.
TikTok and Instagram. That's all my bookings, and it's pretty cool because I'm like casually active. I see a lot of other creatives that are posting every day or several times a week.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
But I have my day job. Takes a lot of time up. So I'm posting like once a week maybe. Like maybe once a week. And I'm staying pretty like consistent. I'm gigging at least once or twice a month. October was my busiest month.
Really?
I think I had 5 events.
Nice.
Whoa.
So just crazy. Yeah. And I have like a little contract that they all sign. It's like every year I've added something to make myself more professional. I recently upgraded like my sound system when I play. My cello I just got a few months ago. So I'm constantly improving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want like the gigs to be your main source of income? Do you think that you would ever quit teaching to do just your gigs?
That question's been coming up more lately.
Oh damn.
My answer is still no, but I'm open to possibilities. My answer is still no because I love teaching and I have a good balance right now. But if I had that opportunity, I would seriously consider it. Yeah, I would consider it.
Wow. Would you feel bad like leaving teaching when you know? Because right now we have a teacher shortage, as you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I would feel bad, for sure.
Is that one of the main reasons?
No. I really love teaching. I wouldn't want to leave it. It'd have to be something like music is just completely taking over, completely taken over, and it was like it felt right. Yeah.
What would be your ideal like situation? Would it be like they hire you to record for?
Okay, like crazy situation
Yeah.
would be like Def Jam Records. Like, hey, we need like a resident cellist. So whenever we're recording an artist,
Like
Is
a
that a
studio.
thing though? Is that
Yeah, like
something
studio
people
musicians.
do?
yeah, studio musician, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so like I'm on call. I'm like, hey, Drake's coming in the studio for an hour. Need you to drop some strings. Here's 10K or whatever, how much it is,
Oh
something.
my lord, that's insane.
Yeah.
Do they get paid a lot, studio musicians?
I don't
They
know.
can.
I don't know. I
A
just
lot
dropped
of
a
them
random
can.
number, but I would imagine for a big label, they better.
And you
Yeah.
could also be like a traveling band, like for
Yeah.
like for a big artist, like calls it Taylor Swift has like her band that just travels with her, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm in Taylor Swift's band. I don't necessarily have like my own group or whatever, but whenever Taylor's on tour, I go with her, and then I do my own stuff on the side, and also I get a boatload of money.
Yeah. So for like a few weeks, maybe a few months, you make a whole year's worth of salary.
If you do like a huge summer tour with like a huge artist, that's
Yeah.
your whole net for the year.
Yeah.
And then you can just do whatever you want for the rest of the year. You're
Yeah,
just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go do a residency at this bar that's in my town,
Mhm.
and I don't have to do anything else.
Exactly. Or I can do more weddings, or I can
Yeah.
keep making content. I can record albums, like my own stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of country musicians like have their band that they're just like, yeah, these are my dudes. We're going on the road, and then they'll be with me for 6 months, and then they can go and be with their families, and I'll pay them enough for the whole year.
I don't know why I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that would be something that you would.
That would be. I wouldn't say it's a goal, but it's something that I would do.
yeah,
For sure. If that
especially being able to
opportunity-
travel.
Yeah,
Oh,
if that
that'd be
opportunity came up, I would take it, and I would be like, okay, guys, I'm taking a year off from teaching. I don't know if I'm coming back. But I wouldn't just leave like in the middle of the school year, unless it was like a tour thing.
Yeah.
Then I probably would. But
Yeah.
Also depends on the artist.
yeah, it depends on the
Whoever
artist for
wants you.
sure. For sure. If they're like I need here's 50K to go on tour with me for 3 months in the middle of the school year, then I'm like, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go. And then it's like, how long is the tour? And then you're right back in a good like scenario. Then you're right back to teaching.
Yeah.
If you don't get, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make like that plus your teacher salary.
Mhm.
Wow, that's insane.
Or if it lined up with my teaching school year, because I'm off 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a summer tour that I could do, and keep my teaching job. Because the teachers get paid through the summer, through the whole school year,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Do they
That'd
or
be
can
cool.
you? I thought you have an option to get paid just the school year, but
I
you
think
would.
some districts do that. You get paid, so it's like a but maybe they don't do that anymore, because that's also
Meaning
you
like
get more
you would-
taxed. You get taxed more.
What?
Because if you condense your salary just to those 8 or 9 months.
Oh, you get taxed more.
you get more money, but
First
every
First of all,
check gets
teachers should
yeah.
not even be taxed.
Yeah,
They're teaching our future.
that's right. So
Hot
you're in a higher
dog.
tax bracket.
still gotta pay your taxes.
Yeah, but not that. What?
Still gotta
It's
pay your
a,
taxes.
like for example, in June of this year, I taught summer school, and so I made like for that month I doubled my monthly salary. Like I made a
that's
lot
an
of money,
option. Wow.
and I was in a different tax bracket, so they took a shit ton of money out of my check.
God.
Just from that one.
Just from
monthly
that one check,
Yeah.
and it pissed me off. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's why I don't work that much overtime anymore.
Yeah. So you're
I
gonna.
worked like 100 hours 1 week. No, not 1 week. It's probably like I worked like 80 hours 1 week, and then the next week I just work regular hours, just because we were super busy. And I was like, this check gonna be fat. It was not even obese. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was,
I was so mad. I remember when I did that when I was younger, when I had like my first job. I was like, I've worked overtime. This is awesome. My check's gonna be like $1 million. It was not.
So it's not worth it to work overtime.
It's not worth it to work a lot of overtime. I try to keep it to like 5 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah, because if not, then they start just taking your money out.
Bullshit.
yeah. I was disappointed. I mean, I still made more than normal, but it was disappointing.
Mm.
I don't think we should pay taxes to the government.
Well, kind of have to.
We cannot.
Unfortunately.
We cannot.
I mean, you can.
They're not gonna take you to jail.
They are.
They are?
Yeah.
They'll strip you of like your property, your social security. Like they'll take everything away from you.
My social security card number.
Mm-hmm.
They'll deport me.
No, I mean like anything you've contributed. They'll just.
I'm never gonna see that money.
Fair point.
They'll rip you apart. Like anything, your car. Like they'll take everything from you.
A buddy of mine used to work at a country club. One of the lawyers that lived there was one of the biggest lawyers in Texas and served on the Supreme Court. And he was having like a little issue with taxes, and he was like, "What kind of advice could you give me?" They were like fairly close. I was like, "What kind of advice could you give me, like when dealing with the IRS and like having to pay taxes?" And this lawyer that said that, who was on the Supreme Court at a certain point in his career, said, "Just bend over and grab your ankles, kid. You can't do anything."
That's insane.
It's when when the IRS owes you money, which happens a lot. They take their sweet ass time. But when you owe them,
they're at your door every morning.
They'll come at you. They'll take your life away.
I once.
And then they add interest on it.
Yeah.
So if you don't pay it 1 year, all right, cool, 25% interest on top of that.
Yeah, pay your taxes.
Yeah. I messed up on some filings 1 year because we had a business. And they said that I owed them $14,000 to the IRS. It turns out like you can go back and like fix whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
So we did, and like luckily I owed zero, but that short amount of time where I thought I was gonna have to pay the IRS $14,000, I was in panic mode.
Yeah. I had to pay them $1,000 1 year. That sucked.
This is the first year I've made like a lot of money on cello, and I have like I've registered my business with the IRS, but I'm gonna have to like go through all my statements and like for the first time and see like what I owe or what I can get back.
Yeah.
What I can claim as a loss.
I got a pretty good tax guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
No, he doesn't. Do you really? Because I need help too.
Yeah. I've got a fantastic tax guy. The last 2 years, he's gotten me back so much money.
Probably because he lied.
No. No, not Christian. His name is biblical.
Shout out Chris.
That's not his name.
Coming in clutch with the tax forms.
I'm for real though. Like I used to get back only like $500, like almost every time, and now I'm starting to get back like almost $3,000. It's awesome.
Yeah, for my day job, I pay a lot of taxes up front, so I can get a good
get a
tax
good return.
But for my business, it's the first time where like I don't know how to do this, and
he can help you. He does small businesses too.
Yeah, because I wanna like, get this written off. The plane ride to Florida. My driving, I drive all over Texas. I do gigs in San Antonio a lot, Houston, Austin. Drove to Midland in October.
You can do that with QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Like you download an app and then it tracks your mileage like as you're driving. So you just turn it on, and then her husband does HVAC, and I worked with him for a little while, and he would do that.
Okay.
Do you don't have anything right now?
Like an upcoming gig?
No, like the mile tracker or anything?
Oh no.
You just calculated on the fly.
I'm just gonna I have my receipts, and also like I can look at my statements whenever I paid for gas, and I have all of the like addresses to everywhere, so I can calculate the mileage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's really easy to backtrack.
Yeah.
Really easy.
Just time consuming.
Yeah.
QuickBooks makes it easier because like a lot of tax lawyers, or not lawyers, but like a lot of tax guys, they'll just have somebody that's like just saves all their receipts, puts it in the bag, and they're like, here, figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's when they charge you a lot.
Oh.
But if you have QuickBooks, it's just like, here, this is what's estimated. And then they look through it, and then they're like, okay, but I got a couple more things here and there where we can do. And there you go.
I could never, like the people that do like TurboTax and stuff, I could never.
No, I got a quote from TurboTax 1 year, and the first year that I went with my guy that I have now, I did TurboTax first, and they quoted me like $23 to get back, and I was like, absolutely fucking not.
I think eventually they'll be not like accountants, but those tax people. I think they'll be replaced with AI.
Yeah,
because I did my taxes with like an AI kind of like software last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I got back a good amount. And I was
Was
like,
it
this is
accurate, though?
awesome. I think it was pretty accurate.
I don't know. Like, you know how AI does pictures, but they can't get the people's hands good?
Hands or eyes?
Hands
it's very
are like,
difficult.
bruh. Hands are the
Yeah.
same 5 things every single time. Everyone has 5 fingers.
Yes, but I think that comes from even drawing hands is very difficult, you know? So I think it's just like there's a lot of different positions that hands can be in. So it's kind of
Yeah,
just
true,
amalgamating
true.
everything together.
Yeah, and I think facial recognition is so advanced.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
scary, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like,
You use
God,
just
you can't
facial
do
rec-
anything.
You use it every day.
How?
Your phone.
Oh, yeah, but like the government.
You
Oh,
use it
yeah.
to, don't you use it on your bank accounts?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
Yeah, facial recognition is huge.
Dude, there was this huge scandal where I think it was 23andMe got like a bunch of their information got stolen.
I would never submit my
Yeah.
DNA to
I think that's why it's less popular now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
That
don't
was a
hear
couple
about
months
it.
ago.
I used to hear about it all the time. Like, see where you're from, see your ancestry.
You know, people, cops,
Maybe it was
detectives,
answering.com actually.
whatever. They use that to
To find criminals.
to find
Yeah.
cold case closed cases.
Yeah.
They've also, I think the word is exonerated people.
Yeah,
From
which I guess
which is good, but like it's probably really rare. You know, like super rare.
Yeah.
yeah, I would be more worried about like one of my kids committing a crime, and then like taking my DNA sample to match the like, because if they already have it in the database, they can submit that sample to the database that they've already collected with all those
Yeah.
tests and find whoever's closest to that person and then track their family members. Isn't that like insane?
crazy.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
saying you're worried about your child committing a crime and getting caught for it?
I would turn them.
Turn them in?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
I would definitely turn them in.
Axel, Lenny, Jackson, Felix, Hendricks. You can commit any fucking crime you want, and I'll cover you.
I will turn you in.
I'll go to jail for you boys. I love you. More than your mother does, apparently.
And that's why you're not gonna be a good dad.
Lil John, you're also in this.
I'll turn your ass in too. Shit. Not even my kid, but I'm turning everybody in.
Nah, if my kid came to me, I'd be like, just turn yourself in, dude.
yeah.
Just be like,
Imagine,
it's
like-
gonna be way worse.
What was that one guy? I think his name was Brock Turner or something.
Oh, was that the kid that
Raped the
girl behind the dumpster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like his parents were like trying everything they could to.
He got off. He still got off.
He got off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a slap on the wrist or something.
Yeah. Went to
I think-
jail for how long?
No, I don't even think he went to jail. I think he got community service.
No, I think he went to jail for a couple months at least.
No.
Honestly, I don't know. Whatever it was, it's not enough.
Yeah, definitely not enough.
Yeah,
For
because
what?
freaking
Stupid.
he got off because I remember the hearing. The judge was like, "Oh well, it was a mistake that he made. He was like 18, 19, whatever he was, and he's like, I don't think we should ruin the life of a young man for making a mistake when he was so young. Like, I don't know, bud. Seems like
But a marijuana charge, you're gonna throw that motherfucker in for 5 to 10.
I got a marijuana charge. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I was all right.
You're
I'm
not
like-
black.
I'm brown.
Not the brown that we require.
There's a hella Mexicans in fucking jail.
They're dark.
I'm dark. We
You're
just
not-
took a photo earlier. I was the darkest person in there.
Okay,
I'm darker than you.
don't flex your darkness right
I'm
now.
darker than you.
What's your darkness?
Dang.
Yeah, I went to. I got that marijuana charge. I only did 8 to 10 hours.
He's a convicted felon.
It's all
I had
right.
a felon.
Sorry, you might not want to associate with.
I just spent the night in jail for a little bit. Wasn't too bad.
Have you
also
ever
bad.
done anything like
Anytime.
No time. Funniest thing that's happened to me. It wasn't. I mean, it's okay. I was 18, driving freshman year of college, driving back home from a John Mayer concert in Dallas. So I was driving back to Denton. I went to UNT. And
Go Eagles.
Yeah, go Eagles.
Go Eagles?
And
Is that really the thing?
yeah, it's really the
Stop
thing.
it right
Yeah.
now.
I went to a bunch of their homecoming games. It was a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's like a crow. Caw.
I used to troll like tour groups on campus, and we would drive by them and like, "Kaka!" just yell at them. Anyways, driving back from a John Mayer concert, and I got pulled over because one of my taillights was out. And I had a candle in my cup holder because I thought it was a smart idea. It's hot in Texas. Like, just leave a candle there. It'll melt during the day, and the car will smell delicious.
Did it work?
It works so well. And so
I've never. Oh, you're a genius.
See, that's why you have a degree and we don't.
Right?
I thought it was
you should
genius.
patent that.
Yeah, I thought it was genius. Like, you don't hear about that, you know? Like,
Never.
like, so
Guess we don't have to light it so there's no smoke.
yeah, exactly. I thought it was genius. And
I need to get a candle.
so I
it
got
was.
pulled over, and you know, I'm a college kid, goes to school in Denton, so the cop instantly assumes I'm a drug head, and my fingernails are long on my right hand for guitar. So I do
So you can strum?
classical and finger picking.
Yeah.
And so he was like, why is your pinky nail so long? I'm like, oh, I study music. Yeah, I study music. I play guitar at University of North Texas. And then he's like, and then this is the funny part. I wasn't being petty or sarcastic, but I think that's how he took it. He said, why do you have a candle in your car? And I said with a smile on my face, I like my car to smell good. and I think he got pissed off. Immediately called for backup. Yeah.
For a candle,
it-
you
was
should
it a
be
Denton cop?
embarrassed.
Yeah, Denton cop for sure.
They don't have shit to do out there.
He was
They
so
have
bored.
time.
So bored. So 2 more cops pull up. I'm like, what the?
Were you scared? Because I would have called the police at that point.
I was a little bit scared, but I knew I did nothing wrong. So he starts asking me about every drug you can think of, and he's like, he even he whispers in my ear. He's like, look here, son. Like, if you tell me right now what drugs you have, your sentence will be a lot less. And I'm like, what? Like, there's no drugs in my car.
I got Tylenol.
And he's like, I'm about to search your car.
Does Tylenol
And like,
count?
are you hiding any people in your car? And I'm like, nope. Like, it was so weird. We were there for 2 hours, like 2 solid hours. And the cops that came in for backup were like, they were also bored. Like, why did they call for backup?
Yeah.
Oh, they were even
They
like, what
were
the
like,
fuck,
they were like,
bro?
what the fuck? Like, you'll be out of here in no time when they arrive. Like, you'll be out of here soon. Don't worry. So weird.
You know, if I was a cop and one of my colleagues was doing something like this, I would have called the motherfucker out right in front of the victim.
Nah, you can't do that. You'll get fired.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, Mr. Sir.
You get fired or you'll get into different assignments like a fraternity.
I think he got pissed off because I came off as a smartass when I said I like my car to smell good. He wasn't on my level of like this
Yeah.
is ingenious. Like,
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He didn't get it.
Yeah, you were playing 4D chess and he was just there like trying to figure out checkers.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I remember.
Like, dude, we live in Texas. Like,
Yeah.
this shit's gonna melt on its own. It's gonna smell
Yeah.
delicious. Like, come on.
That's so smart. I need to get a car candle.
You should patent it. I'll cut out this clip
It
so that
lasts
nobody
forever
steals it.
because those little pine tree things, they last like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then because
Yeah.
it doesn't go away, right?
Yeah.
It's not like
Does it
it'll
dissolve?
overflow.
It
It's always
dissolves
at the
so
same time.
slowly. So because it does melt a little bit because it's hot,
Yeah.
but so slowly.
Wow.
And
It's
here in Texas, you could even use it like year round because even like this past week it was cold, but I would get into my car after work. The sun is still
if the
hitting.
sun's beaming, it could be 35 degrees, but if the sun's beaming in your car,
Yeah.
it's gonna be warm.
It's gonna be hot.
I need to get a candle.
I know, same. I'm sitting here like, what flavor?
I know. I'm gonna go get a pumpkin spice.
Oh hell no, that's too much.
Watch they're gonna come out with like wickless candles now just for
Yeah.
your car.
Yeah, just for your car. Damn.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
So we're definitely patenting that.
Damn, that's easy.
I remember it was like right after I graduated. I went to community college for a little while, and me and 2 of my friends and then one of their girlfriends, we were driving around and we were smoking. So we actually were doing drugs. We were over here by Farmers Branch. We got pulled over because my friend put on his turn signal, but right at that moment it broke. It was like
Yeah.
an
Oh,
old.
shit.
He was like in an old beater. And I remember he was sitting in the front, or he was driving. His girlfriend was in the front seat. I was behind her, and then my other buddy was right next to me. And we knew the cop was behind us because he had just pulled out of a parking lot. And we were dropping his girlfriend. We had just graduated, so we were dropping off his girlfriend back at her high school. She was like a senior or whatever. And when he made the turn, I saw it break, and I was like, "Ah, shit." So I knew the cop was going to pull us over. He does. We get into the parking lot, and then my buddy's window didn't go down. So we opened the door, and he's like, whoa, stay in the vehicle. And he's like, oh, the window doesn't go down. We were spraying cologne, and we were trying like, I had, like, cowboy boots on, so I just tucked a bunch of Bud, like, into my...
You idiots.
No, it was smart. I'll tell you why later. But yeah, he ends up talking to the cop, and then he's like, the reason I pulled you over is because you didn't put your turn signal on that last light. And then my buddy was kind of like, he was like argumentative. So he was like, no, I did put my turn signal on. And he goes, no, I saw you not put the turn signal on. And I kept trying to say, Jose, it broke. It broke. Jose, it broke. Dude, it broke. And he was like, no, I put my turn signal on. Like, he started getting aggressive with him. He's like, all right, well, just give me your license, and we're going to run it, and blah, blah, blah. Goes, runs the license.
Yeah.
Comes back, and then he starts telling them, like, I'm going to give you the citation for the light, for not doing the light or whatever.
That's annoying. That's so petty.
Yeah. But to be fair, all he had to do was say, okay, I'll get it fixed, and then take it. Yeah. Pay the ticket, whatever. We could have gone. He started arguing with them. Oh, shoot. Cop took him out of the car. Started, his partner came over to us, started talking to us, like, asking us what we were doing and shit. And then took all of us out of the car. He calls for backup. There's 4 people in the car. He calls 3 other cars to come for all of us. Good God. Yeah, and then me and my buddy that were in the back seat, we were in community college at the time, so we were just explaining shit to him. And we were kind of just talking. We were just being nice or whatever. His girlfriend was arguing as well because she was like, don't take my boyfriend. Oh my God. And then, like, once, it was like I think it was like in the middle of January, so we were outside. It was freezing cold. And then the cop comes and starts talking to us. He was like, all right, he's going to go to jail. Are you guys sober?
To jail?
Yeah. So he got arrested, and then he asked me if I was sober. I was like, yeah, totally. And I was zonked out of my mind. We had literally just put the blunt out. I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, all right, you can drive his car back so it doesn't get impounded. And I was like, oh, well, that was kind of nice. Yeah. And then his girlfriend was like, wait, what's happening? And he goes, he's going to jail. You're going back to school. And he's like, wait, can I go with y'all? And we were like, no. And then she was like 17 or something. Yeah. So like in her purse, she had cigarettes. Yeah. And then the cop looked through her purse, finds them, and then is like, whose cigarettes are these? And he had just checked her ID. Yeah. So she goes, oh, those are mine. It's like, you're 17, right? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, he looks over at me and my buddy. We were like 19. And he goes, are these y'all cigarettes? And then she goes, no, they're mine. And I was like,
he was really trying.
Yeah. He was trying so hard. It was so funny. And then I just, luckily they were my brand. So I was just like, yeah, they're mine. And I took them. I just took her cigarettes and never saw her again. And then.
Wait, what do they do if they catch you underage with cigarettes?
You can get a ticket.
You get a ticket?
I think you get a ticket.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
But I'm pretty sure it's like paperwork that they just don't want to do because it's something so minor. Yeah. Which is why he asked us like 3 or 4 times whose cigarettes they were.
I think they changed it too now. I think it's
21 now.
21 now. That's crazy. I remember as soon as I turned 18, the day of my birthday, I went to go buy cigarettes.
Yeah, same. I bought cigarettes and a lottery ticket. And then won $50.
Nice.
You know?
That's a good birthday present.
That's the only. Yeah, actually.
Man, well, Mauricio, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. For sure. I know we had this plan for a while. Is there anything that you want to shout out before we end it?
Yeah, just go check out my Instagram, Yo Mauricio, TikTok, YouTube. That's it.
And book him.
Yeah, book me. Yeah.
Book him for weddings, book him for parties, book him for what else?
Quinceañeras, Sweet 16s.
He's about to drop his
Vicente Fernandez
cover in December. Yeah. Look out for that. On Spotify.
Yeah, check it out on Spotify.
As soon as it comes out, we'll tag it. We'll share the link, whatever you got.
Thank you. Just send it our way.
Send it. And yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Make sure you guys are tuning in every week and you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Peace. Don't steal that car candle idea.